start with your hits, brother.
My hits this week, BT, I almost wore my Grizzlies jersey because we had Pete Prenica back behind the desk with Dustin Starr there. That was a hit for me. The two of them, the chemistry is absolutely amazing.
Very good, very good.
I wouldn't mind having them for pay-per-view events, like all the pay-per-view events, having Pete Prenica there. It adds a vibe, as they say. Also, Kate Toomer gave one hell of a promo. I don't know about you, BT, but have you ever wore house shoes in an apartment?
Well, yeah, I've got house shoes on right now.
Yeah, I felt like Kate Toomer was talking to me, but during that promo, he says house shoes in an apartment. I thought, man, he's talking to 20-year-old me right there. I just got a house. Not only that, but it is 4th of July weekend, and we got the American of Americans, is what I'm going to say. The American of Americans, Trace Hunt, got a big win over Maklikov right there, the Russian wrecking ball. And, that's a really big win right there. And we're celebrating the 4th of July. We're talking about America, and shout out to Trace Hunt representing what America's all about, working hard to get those big wins. We've seen Maklikov be a wrecking machine here in Memphis wrestling. And for Trace Hunt to get that win right there, I thought it was great. I thought it was great, not just for Trace Hunt, but of course for America as well. Not only that, but Austin Lane pile drives Matt. I was waiting for the last name, BT.
What's going to happen? What's going to happen? It's Matt Williams, damn it. Matt Williams, damn it.
There you go. I was waiting for the last name. Matt Williams right there. Getting pile driving by Austin Lane. What is going to happen there, BT? Like you said, what's going to happen? Is he suspended? Is there going to be a little leeway? Do they understand where he's coming from with Austin Lane? I think he's probably going to get suspended here. And if so, what is Matt Williams going to do throughout that time? Also, the Elements of Wrestling joining the Hollywood Clique. I love the Elements of Wrestling. Too proper. Got to put the pinky up. And I love them with the Hollywood Clique. I think they're a perfect fit. We've already seen your girlfriend's favorite wrestler right there within the Hollywood Clique. And for them to join as well, I think it just makes it a full stable. Not only that, we saw Mackenzie Morgan backstage with Cassandra Golden. Mackenzie Morgan, I think this is her second or third time here on the show, calling the action backstage, which I think she's doing an amazing job. Shout out to Mackenzie Morgan. Shout out to Cassandra Golden, who went against Nyx, who had a debut last week. Cassandra Golden versus Nyx was interrupted by DDT, and I'll speak about that on my misses, but it might not be what you're thinking there. Also, shout out to Big Swole embracing Big Swole. Last week, I was questioning and wondering if he was going to take a different approach. Was he going to turn a heel right here, or was he going to embrace more of Big Swole? And this week, we actually got the answer to that question. He's embracing more of himself, doing the damn thing. And BT, I saw you looking. I saw you peeping out my shirt. The NWO is in the house. We saw Buff the Stuff Bagwell doing the damn thing. He's going to be at ringside next week, but I had to represent here today. Every episode, I got to bring my shirt out to represent. And this week,
right. Next, it'll be the concession stand workers.
Hey, you never know. Tops Barbecue. Shout out to Tops Barbecue doing the damn thing. Not only that, but Max Kruger went against Kate Toomer in the main event, which was an incredible match. We saw Kate Toomer get the W in that one. But BT, I want to say, we've been seeing Kate Toomer go against some big heavyweights, some destructive monsters, just as destructive as himself. Earlier on, when that Kate Toomer came around, we saw him face some of the guys in Memphis Wrestling that weren't really competing in size. But now we're seeing people that compete in size and strength and athleticism. However, it's still not enough, show enough, because Kate Toomer is still getting the W's around here. And those are my hits this week.
Right on. K Toomer interview. Good God, this guy's good on the microphone.
Yes.
He's got the crowd going. He is a star, guys, and very much stick around for a question of the week. There's a good question of the week for me and JB this week, and I'm going to probably talk about K Toomer some more. Austin Lane, he gets his hands on Matt Williams, finally pile driver. What's going to help there? Elements of Wrestling are back. I don't know if I like them in the Clique, but I'm glad they're back. There's too many people in the Clique already for me. Elements against Country Rock. I really like the finish of the match. It brings out the LA Hustlers. And so I like the continued feud against Country Rock and LA Hustlers. Are we going to see a future? There's a future champions right there. Every time I see the Country Rock, I think Here's a future tag team that can be a champions. Nick's Cassandra interrupted by DDT. I still liked what we got of that match. Big slow clip, as you mentioned. I really liked Adam Priest. We only seen him for a little bit. Go back and watch this match, guys. If you'll watch it, it's the babyface getting the complete match and the heel getting the win. It's kind of different way of doing psychology, but him knowing he was not going to win, so then he gets all the action. So it reminded me of Chris Benoit, big time. Reminded me of Chris Benoit. Finally, we got Posse against the Skimmerhorns next week. Where's Briar? The belts are not up on the line. It's Briar against, well, it's Briar and Briar. So it should be fun. And by the way, I correct something. Those belts are purple. I said they were pink the first time I saw them. And
I thought they were pink.
They're purple. And the main event, guys, Mads against Toomer was the opposite of what our best match was last week. I mean, this is a big man, slow, methodical, back and forth, Godzilla versus King Kong kind of match. And I loved it. Absolutely loved it.